My name is Cindy Bartz. If you haven't been joining in these sessions in the past, and I represent Insight Wellness Works. And our format is always the same for every one of these sessions, but the information is going to be different for each session. So today we're going to do a little bit of gentle stretching. You will learn a new breath technique today, a 4-part breath. And then we're going to practice some mindful meditation in the next half hour. So welcome. So the first thing we're going to do, and you can sit in a chair, or if you want to sit on the floor, totally up to you. I'm just going to move my chair back here a little bit. So you want to sit up nice and tall either way. And then sitting up nice and tall, bring your hands to the thighs or the knees. And let's start out by doing these, I call them seated circles. And this is to loosen up your lower back. Whenever we do any of these movements, there should be no pain. So if you're feeling any pain, you want to back off of the movement. You should feel a nice stretch. You come forward maybe a little bit in the lower back, your hips. And then we're going to come to a nice seated position again, and then let's move in the opposite direction. All right, and then again, sit up nice and tall. Let's bring both of the arms up overhead, interlace your fingers, press the palms up towards the sky. Now, if the shoulders come up towards the ears, see if you can bring the shoulders down, but stretch the arms up. We're just gonna hold this for a few breaths here. Breathe in and out through the nose. And then you're going to release that and start to bring the hands down. But as you do, use the muscles in your arms and the hands and the shoulders. So almost like something is resisting the arms from coming down. We're going to do that again. So inhale, raise the arms up, interlace your fingers, press the palms up, keep the shoulders down away from the ears, stretch the arms up. Hold for a couple of breaths. And then release the hands. And then again, it's like you're pressing against something, resisting. Bring the hands down. Use the muscles in the arms. And then let's bring the left hand, you can have it on the thigh, or if you're seated on the floor, you can have your hand on the mat here. And then lift the right arm up. Ground in this hip. So think of that hip really pressing down into the mat or your chair. And then let's start to bend, and we're opening up this whole right side. So from that right hip all the way up through that right side, you should feel a nice stretch. Again, there should be no pain. So if you're feeling any pain, you want to relax. Move out of it just a little bit. You want to make sure that the shoulders are stacked. So as you come up, if you're moving forward like this, come out of it and then go back in and stack the shoulders. And then we're going to gently come out of that. And then of course, we'll want to do that on the other side. So we're going to ground now in that left hip. So really feel like you're pressing down into that left hip. Bring the left arm up, and then again, bend into that. And feel that nice stretch all the way up through that left side of the body, from the hip all the way into the fingertips. Again, we're stacking the shoulders. So if you feel like you're coming forward a little bit, let's come out of that and stack the shoulders here. And then we're going to come out of that. And then I know some of you probably sit quite a bit of the day. So we're going to do a little bit of shoulder work here. So bring the shoulders up towards the ears and then roll the shoulders back. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Just create a little bit more space in the shoulder joints. And then bring the shoulders back and down. And now bring the hands behind you. If you're sitting in a chair, you can hold on to the back of the chair. If you're sitting on your mat, you can just have your hands on the mat here. And then take a breath in and then roll the shoulders back. Because if you're bringing the shoulder blades in towards each other, look up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep full breath in. Exhale with a sigh. Keep opening up the front of the body here. Take another breath in and exhale again with a sigh. And then you can release that. We're going to do a few more shoulder rolls. We're still going back towards the back of your chair, back of the mat. And then again, bring the hands behind you. Roll the shoulder blades in towards each other here. Lift the head up. Take a breath in. Exhale with a sigh. One more time. Inhale. And exhale with a sigh. All right. We're going to do one more shoulder exercise. We're going to bring the hands to the shoulders here and do some shoulder rolls. So we're coming forward now. Think of making a big circle with the elbows. And then bring the arms out so the elbows are pointing out towards the sides of your room. Take a breath in. Now as you exhale, bring the elbows in towards each other. Let's hold for one full breath in and out. And then as you inhale, bring the elbows back. Open up as much as you can. Exhale, again, bring the elbows in towards each other. Hold for one full breath. And then as you exhale, bring the elbows out. Bring them out towards the back of your mat or back of the chair. And then relax. Okay, so a little bit of gentle stretching this morning or this afternoon. Okay, so the next part of this is going to be learning a new breath technique. And today we're going to start to learn a 4-part breath. So if you're sitting in a chair, you might want to come just a little bit forward in your chair. Make sure that your feet are planted firmly on the floor here and sit up nice and tall. Now with a 4-part breath, the way this is going to work is that there's 3 parts that are an inhalation. So we're breaking the inhalation or separating the inhalation into 3 sections, 1/3, 2/3, and then 3/3. And then the 4th part of that breath is going to be a forceful exhalation out through the mouth. When we breathe in, the inhalation is going to be with mouth closed. You're going to breathe in and out through the nose. So think of filling up a water jug or just maybe even like a cup of water. When you pour the water in, it fills up from the bottom and then the middle and then the top. And we want to do that same thing when we're breathing in. So when we breathe in this 3-part inhalation through the nose, you're going to first breathe into the lower part of the lung first. and then the middle part, and then the upper part. Okay, so this takes a little bit of mind-body connection here. Do the best you can. The more you practice, the more you're going to feel like you can separate the lungs out so that you're breathing 1/3 at the bottom, 2/3 in the middle, and then the rest of it in the upper chest here. So just do the best you can. We're going to do several rounds. I'll walk you through it. Remember, you're breathing in through the nose, and then the forceful exhalation is out through the mouth. So breathing in 1/3, 2/3, middle of the chest, deep full breath in, fill the lungs, forceful exhalation out through the mouth. And I want you to sigh. Use all of your energy to just really bring all of that air out of the lungs. So let's do it a few more times. So breathing in 1/3, 2/3, full deep breath in, exhale with a sigh. Again, 1/3, 2/3, full deep breath in, exhale with a sigh. Inhale 1/3, 2/3, full deep breath in, forceful exhalation. Breathing in 1/3, 2/3, full deep breath in, forceful exhalation out through the mouth. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in 1/3, 2/3, full deep breath in, exhale forcefully out through the mouth. And then just go back to your natural breath. I'm going to talk a little bit about this breath. So this breath brings in a lot of energy. Every time we breathe in, we're bringing in energy into the body. So we're bringing in energy in the body. When we do that forceful exhalation out, what we're doing is we're releasing. So this type of breath, this 4-part breath, works really, really well if, like, for instance, in the morning, maybe you're a little bit foggy and, brain fog, that sort of thing. Because you're bringing in so much energy and you're really filling up the lungs, it really helps to bring in a lot of energy in the body, and it actually will bring in more clarity in the mind as well. So it works really well in the morning. Afternoon, sometimes you get that afternoon slump. Works really well there as well. The other thing is if you're under a lot of stress, because we're doing that forceful exhalation and we're letting everything go, it's really good for reducing stress in the body. So you're reducing stress and you're bringing in energy when you do this breath work. We're going to do it just a few more times and then we're going to move on. But and I really challenge you, work on this throughout the month, because next month we're going to do the same 4-part breath, but we're going to be adding something to it. And so if you feel like I can't separate out and I can't really feel or tell where I am as far as 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, the more you practice this, the more you'll become aware. This is part of the mindfulness that we get from the practice. So sitting up nice and tall, feet are flat on the floor if you're in a chair. Let's breathe in 1/3, 2/3, full deep breath in, forceful exhalation. Again, breathing in 1/3, 2/3, full deep breath in, forceful exhalation. Let's do 1 more. Breathing in 1/3, 2/3, full deep breath in, forceful exhalation out through the mouth. All right, good job. So the 3rd part of this is going to be a mindful meditation. So I'm going to move my chair here. If you have not watched or you were not in attendance to the first 2 sessions, the first session I talked about some different ways you can sit for a meditation. And you can certainly sit in a chair. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to sit on my mat today. And again, you might want to review some different ways that you can sit so that you're comfortable. And then last session, I started talking about a book that I strongly recommend. If you want to learn like really like the best techniques to use for meditation, then I strongly recommend this book here. This is called Breathe, You Are Alive, and it's the full awareness of breathing. And so last session, what we did is we looked at lesson 1, which was when we're in our meditation, every time we breathe in, we say to ourselves, I'm breathing in, I am aware that I'm breathing in. And every time you breathe out, you say to yourself, breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. And you use that not only on your mat when you're meditating, so you're focusing on the breath coming in, breath going out, but also in this book, this first lesson, they encourage you to use that off the mat as well, so that you continue to stay mindful. And you can either continue to say, I'm breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in, and breathing out, I'm aware I'm breathing out. Or you can use it in other ways as well. So for instance, if you're driving in your car, you could be saying, breathing in, I'm driving my car. When you're on the telephone listening to someone, you could say, I'm breathing out and I'm listening to, and say the person's name. So you can use this to become more aware of not only your breath, but also to be mindful and be in the present moment. Today, we're going to go on to lesson 2. Now, even if you didn't do lesson 1, don't worry, because one of the things that's really cool about this type of meditation that you're learning is you can actually start with any of the lessons. You don't necessarily have to start with lesson 1 and then go to lesson 2 and then lesson 3, so on and so forth. You can really start anywhere and start to practice. So today I want to talk a little bit about the lesson, and then that's what we're going to practice today. So in this second lesson, every time you breathe in, you're going to say to yourself, breathing in, I am aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I am aware of my whole body. So the first lesson, we were just focusing on the breath. Today, what we're going to be doing is not only focusing on the breath, but also our body as well. And let me read a little bit. I'm just going to read the first paragraph here in this book. With this second lesson, we embrace our body with mindfulness rather than just embracing our breathing as in the first exercise. We recognize the presence of our body and we return home to be one with it. Breathing is the vehicle that brings us home to our body. If we do not come back to our home and care for it, who will? When we come home to our body breathes a sigh of relief and says, she has come back at last. We do not blame our body, accuse it of being a nuisance because we have a headache or an upset stomach. We embrace our wounded body, care for it, and heal it with right mindfulness. So we're going to do a short little meditation here, about 10 minutes today. And I invite you, as we sit in our meditation, to say to yourself, breathing in, I am aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I am aware of my whole body. So go ahead and get yourself comfortable seated posture. You can be, again, in a chair, you can be sitting on a mat, any way that's comfortable. I would not recommend lying down. So sit comfortably. I like bringing my hands to the thighs or the knees. The palms can either be up or down. Sit up nice and tall without being rigid. Your chin is parallel to the floor. Close down your eyes. If you've got glasses on, you might want to take off your glasses. Begin to breathe in and say to yourself, I am aware of my whole body. And breathing out, say to yourself, I am aware of my whole body. Try not to control your breath. So simply allow your body to breathe naturally, its own rhythm. Each time you breathe in, saying to yourself, breathing in, I am aware of my whole body. Each time you breathe out, saying, breathing out, I am aware of my whole body. The face and the jaw are relaxed. The tip of your tongue is on the upper palate. The mouth is closed. You're gently breathing in and out through the nose. Breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body. As you sit in your meditation, notice subtle sensations within the body. Notice your chest rising and falling. Breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body. Become aware of any other sensations in your body. Notice the belly. Notice the lower back. Breathing in, I am aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body. Notice any other sensations that in your body. Maybe your body pressing down into the mat or your chair, and simply noticing. Breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body. Your mind will wander. When you become aware that the mind is wandering, it's off somewhere else, use your breath as that homing device to bring yourself back, returning home. Focus. Bring your attention inward. And each time you breathe in, say to yourself, breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body. Notice any other sensations in and on the body. Hands resting in your lap. Notice your shoulders. Are the shoulders relaxed? Breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body. Now expand, deepen the breath just slightly. Keep the eyes closed. Inward focus. As you breathe in, again, become aware of your whole body. And slowly exhale. Breathing out. Be aware of your whole body. Notice any clothing touching your skin. Notice the air touching your skin, maybe the hands or the feet. And then just wiggle the fingers a little bit. Still keep your eyes closed. Becoming aware of the fingers as you wiggle the fingers a little bit. And then maybe wiggle the toes a little bit. Just become aware of the feet, the toes. And then again, take a breath in. This time, nice deep full breath in and be aware of the lungs, the belly, the lower back. And as you exhale, exhale slowly. And again, just notice the different sensations in your body. And then maybe start to move anyway, maybe a little bit from side to side or front and back, and just start bringing a little bit more movement into your body. And when you're ready, you can open up your eyes. All right, so we meditated for about 10 minutes today, and then we learned a 4-part breath, that 3-part inhalation, bottom, middle, and upper lung, forceful exhalation out, And we do a little bit of gentle stretching as well. So I always have a challenge. So your challenge for the month until we meet again is to practice that. And practice just 10 or 5 minutes a day. Just sit in a quiet place where you're not going to be disturbed. And do that meditation. Breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body. And then also maybe doing some practice of that breath work. All right. So that's it for today. Thank you all for joining me. Hope to see you next month.